Welcome to Beyond the Chutes is presented by ParaSight Systems. I'm your host, Doug Simcox, and I'm joined here this Sunday morning. We are in Guthrie, Oklahoma, and Sam Swearingen sitting right beside me. Now, Sam is a two-time International Finals Rodeo Saddle Bronc Average winner, and today we are going to be talking about the average because we just finished up the third round last night. Today we are recording, as I said, in Guthrie, Oklahoma. BTC is on the road again. Last night, Saturday night, we had a lot going on. We're going to be talking about that third round today. Before we do that, any updates you want to share on any of the Rawhide Rodeo crew that's out there getting it done?
Colton, I believe, is out in Denver today, so I'll try to watch that from at the rodeo on my phone. Thank goodness for technology that drives me absolutely crazy, but it is wonderful if you know how to use it. And Galen finished up in Chicago last night. He didn't do great, but he didn't do terrible. He ended up 9th overall is what
nice. Okay.
I'm trying to read on my phone.
Okay.
So,
won the first round.
Yeah, with a round win. So that's some pretty good points for his world standing.
Absolutely. And we're going to be talking, we talked with Eli last night after the Buckle Awards ceremony. Eli Hershberger, your crew.
Yeah, Eli had one of my old horses that is just good to ride. Eli just looks a little tight to me. He hasn't been on a lot of horses since he got hurt, and it kind of shows. He needs to loosen up, turn loose. Don't worry about riding. Don't worry about getting bucked off. Just go out and do it. You know, both are going to happen. You're going to ride some, you're going to get bucked off, so go after them.
Absolutely. And I'm going to play right now for our listeners that clip from last night. We were standing in the lobby right outside the where they were handing out the go-round buckles, and Eli and Opportunity, and we hadn't caught up, Sam, and I've known him forever, and we had talked 5 or 6 years. So you're going to enjoy this, I think, so give a listen. Eli Hershberger is here. Good to see you, man. Saturday night here in Guthrie. How many times have you qualified for the International Finals Rodeo?
This is my 6th qualification. 5 times in the saddle bronc and 1 time in the bareback.
What? Really? 1 time in the bareback? Didn't know that. And for our listeners, Eli's an all-around cowboy, meaning he's in the all-around points race this year, rides saddle broncs and does some steer wrestling. Tell us a little bit about that steer wrestling.
I just started. I went to one of Colton Swearingen's schools, and I really didn't go for the all-around in the IPRA. I just kind of mid-states, went for the all-around in the mid-states, and kind of had a little bit more success than I looked out for, so we kind of made a go at it, and it's been real fun, really. Yeah.
And what was interesting tonight in the go-round here on Saturday night, go-round number 3, you know, you're part of the Rawhide Rodeo crew, kind of the crew that we talk about darn near every time Sam and I get together on the podcast, and couldn't help but notice you get on a Rawhide Rodeo bronc tonight by the name of Crazy Alice, and he gave a little bit of trouble, in the chute tonight.
Yeah, it's very common of Crazy Alice to do that. I really thought that I knew her, so I thought I'd be able to get in and sneak out on her, but he didn't give me a chance to do that, so we kind of had to mess around with each other a little bit and get her standing back up, but she did give me a shot after that. So. And
were you there when they named him Crazy Alice?
I was not. No, he was already named Crazy Alice.
All right. And you were what, 74 points tonight?
Yeah.
All right, excellent. And tomorrow night, what do you got?
We got a Peyote of 4L Diamond S, one of Charlie Lowry's. I don't know the bronc, but I believe it's a good one, so we're going to get us a round win tomorrow night.
Absolutely. Go for it. $3,700 around this pays out here to win. Let's finish it up in big style. Good way to kick off 2024. What's the plan? Where are you headed? What kind of time are you talking on the road?
Well, after this, we're going to head home and get some time on our sleds, do some sledding because it's a whole lot of snow at home. And then when it warms up a little bit, we're going to do some circuit rodeoing and hopefully be back at the IFR next year.
Absolutely. Can't wait. Can't wait. Well, be safe.
Yes, sir, always.
Okay. All right. Great talking to you. And hopefully we can talk again tomorrow night and you got one of these go-round buckles and you and Blayn go back to Michigan and you both can stand side by side and we can take pictures of you.
You bet. You bet. It's good to see you, Doug. It's been, 5-6 years?
Probably so.
Yeah. You still got your little gray hair. I remembered you, but.
Hey. This interview's about you, not me. Great to talk to you, Eli.
Yes, sir. Good to see you, Doug.
All right, and then what about Raymond Hotstetler? He was at the First Frontier Circuit PRCA Finals there in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania this weekend.
Well, one thing about Raymond, you can always tell when he does good. You can always tell when he doesn't, because he'll call me when he does good and he won't when he doesn't. So actually I got a text saying that he missed his horse out and got bucked off in the last round. So,
oh, wow.
But I haven't heard from him.
Yeah.
And Raymond is doing the family thing and taking the family to the rodeo, and God bless him for that. But he needs to get on more horses, and he rides so good. And he it's hard to do it part-time.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it.
This time of the year is tough. I mean, January. I mean, you've been going hard through October, and now, you got a lot of downtime if you're not running big.
Yeah, and that the rust is there, and you can ride good if everything's good, but when you have to dig down deep, you're not in that riding shape where you need to get it and really, really go.
And I want to talk about these great sponsors that the International Professional Rodeo Association has for this great finals. Of course, we got Wrangler Sam, and what do they say about Wranglers?
Be cowboy.
Be cowboy. Long live Cowboys. Loves, and I know you've stopped and gotten fuel at Loves a time or two.
Many times.
Absolutely.
Many times. Kind of a really nice, handy store to get in and out and keep going. Good for big trucks and trailers, but also good for goosenecks to get in.
Yeah, that's a good point. Absolutely. And speaking of trucks and trailers, we got Dodge Ram, of course, OG&E, and who doesn't need and appreciate OG&E on a day like today? What was it, 3 degrees outside?
It was 4 last night. I imagine it was 0 this morning, like 20 below wind chill. So, everybody says, "Oh, you're used to that." No. No. You just deal with it.
That's right. And finally, Montana Silversmiths, and they handed out a bunch of buckles last night, and they're good-looking buckles. Have you seen these?
I did, and I was very impressed. Really sharp buckles.
And if you're winning buckles, you're winning money. And just a reminder to everybody, the rounds, to win a round here pays $3,700, Sam. To win the finals, what we call our aggregate, that pays $7,400. And we've already talked about if you win 4 rounds. And we didn't know if that was going to be possible until we got here and watched the bull riding.
More than possible.
More than possible. We're going to talk about that, young man, when we get to the bull riding. But if you win out, what we've been calling win all 4 rounds, win the average, or the aggregate, you're going to walk away with $22,222.21, Sam.
Yes, and, good pocket change, but I believe that young man in the bull riding is going to walk out of here with $35,000. With the ground money and all that,
Yeah, they were talking last night that this young man, 17 years old, he's still a senior in high school. He's got another year of eligibility for IFYR and for national high school finals and everything, and he's going to walk away close to $90,000. They're predicting.
Good for him, and his mechanics are wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
I really wanted to see him. I hadn't seen him before this weekend, and I really wanted to get a look at him to see if he was the package that could be used to the next level.
Yeah.
And he has everything. Size. He's 6 foot. Weighs 160. I kind of almost punched him when he said that. But size, strength. We went over some things about his working out and like that. And he doesn't do much, but that's about to change.
And it was fun. We caught up with him at the Buckle Awards ceremony last night. Pretty soft-spoken, but very well-spoken. So had a lot of fun with that conversation. So meet our winning bull rider, Hudson Bolton. Give a listen to this. Hudson Bolton, the young man out of Tennessee, and he has been on a tear. We watched him win the first round. He was the only one that rode. We talked about him on the show yesterday. We talked about him again this morning. We're going to be talking about him again tomorrow during our show. What a role you have been on, dude.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. So what'd you think of your bull tonight?
He was just nice. He was bigger than when I got on last night. He was bigger than I thought he was going to be, but he just come out there, blew real big, and then come around real nice, and it just had fun on him.
Okay. And you're still in high school?
Yes, sir. Yep. I graduate this year.
And what are you doing? High school rodeo, international, or the IFYR? What are you thinking this year?
I went to the IFR last year, and then I went to the first high school rodeo this year. Then I just kind of quit going to them and just been hitting these IRAs this year. We're making a little bit more money there.
And you've been making some money here, that's for sure. I don't know. Are you 20-some thousand won already this week?
I think I won $9,200 the first round and $4 last night, and I ain't sure how much I won tonight, but hopefully a good bit.
It's a good bit. And, man, you are riding good. You look solid. Really proud of what you're doing.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
What do you have for a bull tomorrow night?
Bull, they bucked him the first night, and he's just good around that left, and he should be good.
And you ride right-handed? Left-handed. So into the wheelhouse, as they say. Yeah. Okay. Are you better to the left, better to the right? How's it work? Doesn't matter.
It really doesn't matter to me. I like them both ways, either way. Yes.
All right, Hudson Bolton, Tennessee Cowboy. You're going to need to remember that name. We're going to be watching him and listening to him for a long time. Nice to meet you, sir.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
And speaking of Buckle Awards last night, we had an opportunity when Blayn Hughston went and picked up his buckle last night for the go-round win. We've talked about him every single performance, Sam. He's been on our radar from pre-show, and we've really been pointing at him. And high school kid, just a great young man, great family, McBain, Michigan. What'd you think?
Oh, he made an outstanding ride last night. The horse was just up and down what you're looking for, nice to ride, and he took advantage of it. And that's what you have to do in this game if you want to be a winner, because you're not always going to get the good ones. When you do, you better not stub your toe and go on with it.
You bet. And give a listen to this interview with Blayn. Starting quarterback for his football team, plays baseball in addition to rodeo. Blayn Hughston is with me here today. We've been talking about him, watching him all week. If you've been listening to our podcast, 74 on the first night, which would have been Thursday night, 77 last night. We knew he was on a roll. We talked about him again today, this morning. And son of a gun, if he doesn't go out and do an 84 3/4 tonight. Blayn, what a ride.
Yes, sir. That was real fun. I know that horse, been on it 3 times now and making money every time I get on it. So
you're still in high school?
Yes, sir. Going into my senior year. Well, just about done now, but been riding bucking horses, playing football, and playing baseball.
All right. You going to head to Shawnee here in July? IFYR?
Yeah, I think so. That's after the high school finals, so yeah, probably. We'll try to make a run at the IFR again, see if we can win some more buckles.
All right, excellent. And we followed you through the IFYR. You had a good one there, and you went on the National High School Finals Rodeo and had a nice rodeo there as well. And you've been making a little bit of noise in the WCRA. Talk a little bit about North Carolina. Talk a little bit about Guthrie last weekend.
Yeah, no, North Carolina was really good to me. The first round I was like 82, I think, or something like that, and ended up 4th in that round and made the short round and made a little money there, but it was real fun. And then Shawnee, Oklahoma came here. Didn't really have the weekend I wanted, but still had real good fun and got on some good horses.
Are you having fun? Are you having fun with this whole thing?
Well, yeah, riding bucking horses is always fun. That's what I live for, so.
And you got a great rodeo up there every Labor Day, if I'm not mistaken, right? Cow Camp, McBain, Michigan, the whole Hughston family. Talk a little bit about that great rodeo of the year this year, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. The outdoor rodeo of the year in the IPRA, and it was real fun. We had a bunch of people, and more added money than we ever had, and it's been real fun.
So real quickly, if you could, name off as many of the Hughtons as you can. 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh, geez. Trace, Ty, Miles, Kara, me, my sister Tessa, Quinn, my dad Clay, my grandpa Lum, Star, Laredo, Denver, Dallas. Shoot. That's about all.
That's pretty. Is Shoot one of them?
No, he's not one. I just made that up.
Oh, you did? Okay. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, really, really great riding tonight. We were so excited for what you're doing. What have you drawn for tomorrow night?
Yeah, I got a horse called Little Bitty, actually, from Bar W Rodeo Company. Don't know too much about him, but we're going to see what happens and try to make another round win.
Have you seen the horse go at all?
I didn't watch it, but it was out last night. It was the first re-ride horse, and I'm going to have to look back and watch some videos on it.
Do you know average or anything like that yet?
No, I do not. We'll just ride it for what she is and hopefully score big and get another round win.
Hopefully.
Yep.
Hopefully, he said. You got any sponsors or any shout-outs, anything you want to do while you're on BTC here?
Yeah, I mean, my family has been a big part of this, coming out here. Pretty much bought all the Hughtons, and cousin Trey's picking up, and my parents bringing me out here and giving me this opportunity.
And, you know, we got a slogan here at Beyond the Chutes. It's BTC, riding for the brand. Can you do it like you just maybe want to go around in the saddle bronc riding on a Saturday night? Could you do it that way, BTC, riding for the brand?
Yeah, I guess you could. Riding for the brand. It's pretty good.
No, you got to do it. BTC, riding for the brand.
Oh, BTC, riding for the brand.
All right. Blayn Hughston, McBain, Michigan, 84 3/4 points on Saturday night. What a hoot. Great job. And before we go too far, Sam, I want to, every time we go into the Lazy E, they got the banners hanging from the rafters. 2019. So the timed event champion. And the event includes tie-down calf roping,
Yes.
team roping,
Heading and healing.
heading and you got to run both sides.
Both ends.
Both ends.
Yeah.
Heading and healing. Did I say steer wrestling?
No, you didn't say it, but they do it.
And then steer roping.
Yes.
Okay. And the greats, the toughs come in, right? This is a big deal. It's been going on a lot of years.
This is an invitational, and there's very select few. I think they bring 20 guys from the world, the best 20 timed event all-around cowboys they can put together. I mean, if there's somebody out there that they think can do it, they're here. Some of them have won it numerous times, but it is very prestigious. Probably the most prestigious timed event there is in the world.
I mean, think of this, all the different disciplines you have to be able to do. It's crazy.
It is just unbelievable how talented these guys are that win this event.
Yeah. And a couple days ago, what was it, Friday morning, I believe, we had Justin on the show. And speaking of the timed event champion, they were talking the other night, Cody Dosher?
Yes.
Dosher?
Mm-hmm.
Dosher?
Mm-hmm.
He's the 2023 timed event champion.
Is that right?
And they were talking about his banner's going to go up.
Oh,
They said next time we're there, and there was a picture. It was in the bathroom.
Oh, I didn't realize he had done that. So, congratulations to him. This event pays $100,000 to the winner.
Yeah.
So it's a real big deal. And well, yeah, for timed events, there's nothing better in the world.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. No, it's crazy. I mean, I've watched it for years. That's probably how I got to know this arena. Clem McSpadden was always the announcer. They said the Cowboy Prayer last night that he had written, I don't know, what's that, 40 years ago, 50 years ago? They did that during the rodeo. So great Lazy Arena, just a fun venue, a very legendary historic venue. It's a bit off the beaten path, but it's worth the travel.
And I was lucky enough to come out the year 2019 when Justin won it.
Oh, wow. You were here for that event?
I was here.
Holy cow.
My wife was doing her testimony at the church service.
Okay.
And, what a blessing it was.
Yeah.
Very, very, very good testimony. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Thank you, Carrie. It was just wonderful.
That's Kerry Swearingen he's talking about, of course. And if you have an opportunity, very powerful. Very, very powerful. So let's roll into the event. So as we already said, Blayn, we're going to talk a little bit about the go-round winners first. And last night, this is, of course, the third round. Blayn Hughston, McBain, Michigan, comes to play. And he rides for an 84 3/4 point ride. And he wins $3,700. Now that was the first money of the week, but 37. And running up to that first round, 77, very solid 77. The second round was a 74, and then he tops it off last night.
Yes, he was 84 3/4, and it was an outstanding ride and an outstanding horse.
Yeah, really, really matched up. And then second place in the round is going to be Stetson Bierman. Stetson picked up at 80 1/4 points, and he picked up $2,778. And we'll be talking about the average here in just a little bit, but the Illinois Cowboy made a very nice ride. And another Cowboy that really stood out last night, he placed third in the round with an 80-point ride. He comes from Montana, Bucky McAlpine. And he is a rookie this year, and he picked up for his efforts last night $1,852. And then finally, Quinton Lunsford, third round, 78.5 points, places him fourth in the round, $926. And just a bit of a rundown, a reminder where he has been. Round one, 83 1/4. Took first place in that round, 81.75, 81 3/4 for a second place, and total money won already in go-round money is $7,400.
He has been the most solid bareback rider in the field, and I don't see that changing very much. He's number one in the aggregate, and my prediction is he stays there. I predict he wins the aggregate, and maybe wishful thinking, but I predict Blayn Hughston wins the go-round today. So
excellent.
We'll take one for each. And
excellent. And we're going to talk average here because it's going to matter if you're predicting Blayn Hughston, and this is why. So we've got Quinton comes in here with 243 points. Second place is Tanner Pips, right? Our 2022 world champion. He comes in not quite three. He'd have to have 3 points better than Quinton today, and he could take the lead. And then we've got Blayn Hughston. He's about 8 points behind right now. The lead sitting in third place, Sam.
And 8 points is a whole lot to make up in one go-round. You know, if they're 78, you know, you've got to be 86.
86, absolutely.
Let me do the math.
Yeah.
So
we need a calculator, I think, again. Yeah.
So 8 points is a lot of ground to make up, and with Tanner, there's not a lot of ground to make up. But I think Quinton takes care of business.
Yeah. Well, as you heard in our interview with Blayn and with Eli, they're figuring on both getting buckles this round so we can get pictures of them together, and that'd be kind of fun, wouldn't it?
Well, if you don't think that, you shouldn't get on.
Well, that's right. No.
Plain and simple.
Plain and simple. And then fourth in the bareback bronc riding average, coming in with 234 points, is Stetson Bierman. One more round to go. We'll see how everything goes today in the bareback bronc riding. In the saddle bronc riding, we got to brag on the Troyers. Last night, 80.5 points. Rudy Troyer, the Cookeville, Tennessee cowboy, picks up $3,700 last night, Sam.
Yeah, he made a really good ride on a horse. It was kind of empty and head was coming up and hard to get under the rein, and he really finished him well. The horse really got in there and looked showy, and Rudy made the best of it, and look there, he won the go-round.
All right, next cowboy to go. He was second in the round last night. Stephen Grafen comes out of Illinois. He places second round with 78 points. He split second and third in the first round, and he's picked up about $5,000 so far. Number 3 in the round was Rowdy Chesser, and that was the first check for Rowdy. He picked up almost $1,900, so got to win out here, Rowdy, as we keep rolling. And then we also want to talk a little bit about our fourth place guy, Joe Farron. We had him on the show. He come in as number 1 to this event in the saddle bronc riding. He won the first round, didn't pick up any money, made a ride in the second round, didn't pick up any money, but last night, 76 3/4 points, and he picks up fourth place. So as we go to the saddle bronc average, Cody Reinhardt, who we had on the show the other day, he is sitting in the number one position with 230 points. Rudy Troyer's in second place. Sam, 1.25 points behind Cody Reinhardt going in this next round.
This saddle bronc riding's been a horse race from the start. They are so close together with everybody. And, you know, when you look at the aggregate from first to fourth, it looks like 4 points is what's separating them. So very, very close race. Cody Reinhardt doesn't make mistakes very often, and I don't think he'll make a mistake. But Rudy Troyer's riding very well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm going to give the aggregate to Rudy.
You are? Okay.
You know, he'll have to come from behind, but I might. I don't know. He just made a good ride on a horse that was hard to make that kind of ride last night.
Okay, that impressed you.
Yeah, that's the only difference. And Cody's not going to make a mistake. You know,
Yep.
It's who has the best horse today.
Yep.
But that horse was hard to get under your rein and spur the way he did. So
bet.
we'll see how Rudy does, but I think he wins the aggregate.
All right, very good. And then Joe Farron, our leader in our points race here, comes in third in the average, 226 points. And then Timothy Troyer, can we call him an original Rawhide Rodeo guy?
Well, he didn't stick around real long.
Oh.
You know, he might have been there 6 months and went on to do other things, but
He does carry the Rawhide brand.
he wears it, and that's a story for another day.
You know, there's other options there. They could have got tattoos.
I don't know if that was with the Amish religion. Maybe you can get branded, not tattooed. I don't know.
Okay.
But,
All right. Well, Timothy comes in. He is sitting fourth in the average. Let's go to the bull riding. And we've already talked with, you heard our interview with Hudson Bolton. What a machine. Through the first 3 rounds, and last night he won the round with 86.5 points. Sam, nice-looking bull ride. You talk about his mechanics. You talk about him staying square. Opened up and began to spur that bull towards the last few jumps.
well, this boy, I seen him ride a bull that half ran off, ducked and dove, and hard to be there on, and he sat in the middle and did everything good. The next one, bull turned back into his hand, and he spurred him around and did everything right. And then last night I seen him get on a bull that went away from his hand and just stayed square. Now that's the three main type of bulls you'll get on in rodeos, and he did every one of them well. We'll see what today brings. I'm going to go out on a limb, Doug. I don't cut it off while I'm out here.
Yeah.
I say he wins the average. I say Hudson wins the average.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I think that might be a pretty safe bet, because going into the final round here today, he's sitting with 250 points in the average, Sam. Second place is, I believe it's around 82 points, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm pretty sure, unless I don't know how you do the math any different, but yeah. And just listen to the money this cowboy has already picked up. In the first round, he picked up $9,200. In the second round, he picked up $4,600. And last night, he picked up $5,300. If you run your calculator, that's $19,180 he's already picked up. He's already got the checks. And with that number one in the average, and we have 4 qualified cowboys in the average, so he can only get first place. He can't split up any of the other money. $7,400 for that. So you're sitting at $27,000 before he has an opportunity to make $5,000 today, $4,000 today, no less than $3,700 today. What a machine!
Yeah, and I would say he's going to be right at 35,000 when I look at these numbers.
Yeah,
when he walks out of here today.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, I can imagine it very well. Maybe he'll take me to dinner, but I doubt that.
And you realize he came here with 50,000.
Yeah, so he could go home with
$85,000,
and probably will.
Yes, and I don't even know if he shaves yet, Sam.
Well, I'm not going to ask him that, but he's a very nice man.
Wonderful young man.
And a good family. I got to meet the family last night.
Okay.
They're friends with my sister-in-law and her husband that live in the same town.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Oh, okay.
That's why I knew how to pronounce it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Perfect. Let's move on to the steer wrestling. And last night, our go-round winner was Kim Langlois, and he dogged in a 4.1, very fast time last night. Picked up $3,700 for the go-round. That his total earnings so far is about $4,200 he's picked up through 3 rounds. Second place was Justin Morehouse out of Indiana, Williamsport, Indiana. He comes in with a 4-2, pick up second place with $2,700.
And Justin made an outstanding run last night. That steer came around, and the mechanics of what he did was outstanding. It was the best steer wrestling run I've seen all week.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Maybe, not on a perfect steer. I know he didn't win a round, but that was an outstanding.
And then Oklahoma City's very own Chase Crane, he was third in the round with a 4-5. He picks up $1,900 for his efforts. And finally, Cord Webb, Marietta, South Carolina, 4-4. Picks up fourth place and $926. His first check of the week. Now, rolling to the average, Sam, we've got Oklahoma City's own Chase Crane in the lead. He's sitting with 14.4 seconds. And number 2 position in the average, which is Kim Langlois, is 2.4 seconds behind. So to time 2.4, he's got to pick up the difference somewhere. To win out, he's got to be a 2.5 to move up into the lead.
And Chase Crane has been hot all week. He did very well at the WCRA, and it is his to lose. And I think he takes care of business. Matt Over yesterday, he did something that I hadn't seen. He made some kind of wrestling move on that steer, not to throw him, but to get his feet back where they needed to be.
That was electric, man.
I looked at it when I seen it. I said, what the heck happened there,
Yeah.
And he just kind of swung him out and got him up in front. That's one athletic cat.
Man.
And through him and made a decent run. But Chase Crane has been doing things right for 2 weeks here.
Yeah.
So I think he continues there. And 2 seconds, is not that much to make up.
Yeah.
But if he does his job, they won't catch him.
Hey, Mr. Matt Obrey, if you're listening, put that video, if you've got that video somewhere, send that up and give it to us Beyond the Chutes. You can find us on the Facebook group page, Beyond the Chutes. I'd love to post up that video, and we can show these folks what Sam is talking about. It was a great, great move. And finally, Cord Barraclough. Did I hear they call him Cord Bearclaw?
Yes, they do.
They do. All right. And Union City, Tennessee Cowboy comes in 4th place right now, and he's about 5.8 seconds out, Sam.
Yeah, 5.8 is a lot of ground for somebody to make up. And so all he can do is do his job and see where it falls. If he gets up another spot or two, that's more money in his pocket.
Yeah, I agree. And then switching to the tie-down calf roping, Garrett Elmore. He wins the round, and in the process sets a new arena record, Sam. 7 and 5, picks up $3,700. Talk about that ride.
Made a really nice run. Just outstanding. 5.7, of course, when you can do that in any arena. The calf was an excellent calf. He was a little slower, good on the ground. He got to him in a hurry. If you're 7.5, you're doing everything correct. So congratulations to Garrett.
And second place, Glenn Jackson, 8.1, 0.6 of a second behind Garrett, and he picks up check for $2,778. In third place, Justin Thigpen, our 22-time world champion, 10 times calf roping champion, tie-down calf roping champion. And we'll be talking about him a little bit. Waycross, Georgia, of course. When we get to the average, we will talk about that. But he has picked up about $5,500 in go-round money so far. And then, finally, J.C. King, Stillwell, Oklahoma, picks up 4th place in the third round, 9.2 seconds for $926. So, Sam, pivoting to the average for the tie-down calf roping, Justin Thigpen's in the lead, and the number 2 position, Cato Llewellyn, who's been roping very, very well, very consistently, he's 0.9 of a second behind.
Oh, boy. This one's tough, because I was going to say Justin running away. Cato is very talented. Very talented. And I've been picking the number 1 guy. I'm going to, that's less than a second. And it all depends on how the calf handles for him. Not all of it, but that's got a lot to do with it, because these are 2 extremely talented ropers. No, I'm going to stay with Justin. It looks like his horse is working good, and when that happens, a 1/10 of a second, or a second, less than a second off. But Cato is so talented, man. Okay, I'm going to stand by Justin, and maybe the only one I'll get right to win the average is a bull riding, but there you go.
That's all right. And then third place in the average, 2.2 seconds off lead, is J.C. King. He's had a quiet but consistent. He's been averaging about 9.9 seconds a run. So looking for some more consistency for him today. And then finally, Zeb Chapman comes in 4th in the average, about 2.6 seconds off of that number 1 in the average position. Let's go to the team roping. Last night, Eric Fleury and his partner, Tyler Hutchinson, rope in 4.3 seconds, Sam. Did I say this is the team roping? 4.3 seconds.
Yeah, just an outstanding run with this long score. 4.3. It's don't blink, don't wipe the burger off your face because you missed it. So,
Now, don't wipe what off my face?
well, you can't have a bite of the sandwich while they're
Oh,
taking
you
a
said
run.
burger.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that's not what I thought you said. But
Either one.
Oh, okay. Moving right along. In second place in the round with a 5-2, Heath King and Stephen Britnell. Now this is Stephen Booger Britnell, just so you know. 5.2 plays second in the round. They pick up $2,778. So looking for that team to stay strong and keep rolling. They are number one in the standings as we go into this fourth round. Garrett Smith and his partner Josh Clayton pick up a 5-5 to place third in the round. That will be the third continuous round. Am I saying that right? The third round in a row where they have picked up money. They have picked up a bunch of money since they have been here. With the 3 rounds, they have picked up about $8,300 in winnings so far. That's just go round money. We're going to get the average here in a little bit. And in fourth place, Kobe Sanchez and Zach Mabry. They come in with a 6-6, pick up money, $926. They split the round before. So let's move on to the average right now. Number one in your average, Garrett Smith and Josh Clayton. And they are sitting with an average right now, Sam, on 3 head. They've averaged about 5.2 seconds per run, and they're sitting with an aggregate of 15.7 seconds. And in second place, Will Clark and Derek Crawford, been super consistent, and they're sitting about 6.5 seconds behind.
Well, I guess I will go with Garrett.
You're going to go with them for the okay.
Yeah, that's they got to mess up for somebody else. They got to break a barrier or rope a leg.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
they got a lot of time to play with, so I think they'll go out there, score them out, run up on them, rope them, turn them off, maybe take an extra swing, and if they're 7 seconds, they're going to win the aggregate running away.
Yep.
Maybe they're not that type of people. Maybe they're going for $100,000 day.
Yep.
And
yep.
instead of $7,500 day. So we'll see how it goes. But I predict they win the average.
Okay. And bit of a points race. This is going to be interesting watching. I'm going to tell you why here in just a moment. Between the number 2 team that's in the average, Will Clark and Derek Crawford, and the number 3 team, Kobe Sanchez and Zach Mabry, they are 1 second separates second and third in the average, Sam.
Well, it's who wants it the most.
Yeah.
You know, because if there's 1 second in there, they're both going to be gunning for it.
Yeah.
You know, so it'll be good watching.
It's going to be great watching. And finally, fourth in the average team we've already talked about, Heath King and Stephen Britnell. They are 9.6 seconds off of the lead in the average. However, they're about 2 seconds off is all, but moving up into third place in that average. And that difference is going to be about $2,000.
And that broke barrier cost them from winning to be in the lead for the average. And that's just trying. You know, that's trying. Last night when I watched their run, Stephen, his horse was in there so good when he heeled that steer. He had him on like a 10-foot rope when he dallied. It was right there short, and that's why they were so fast. And if they hadn't have broke the barrier in the first round, they'd be taking everything away. But they did.
They did.
That's rodeo.
They did. And you got to run at these barriers. I mean, they come to play. And you've always said you're not going to get too upset because you know you're trying.
Yes, I've learned that.
Yeah.
Being a rough stock guy, you know. Why Colton? Why'd you do? No, if you're not doing it, Colton, when he calls and says you broke a barrier, okay, you're trying.
Yep. The way you want to do it, from what I've heard, is you want to bend it, but you don't want to break it.
So tell me how you do that every time,
consistently. We'll get Justin Thigpen and some of these cowboys on here, and they'll explain that to us.
Well, good. It's,
yeah.
Way better than I would.
Yeah. All right, so let's move to the Cowgirl Barrel Racing. Both Sam and I have declared this as our favorite event at the International Finals Rodeo 54.
Yeah, it has been what they call a horse race.
You're not going to disagree. You're going to say you're a cowgirl barrel racing guy this weekend.
No,
What?
I'm not going to say that. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, yeah.
Have I turned over? No. I'm a horse rider till they bury me.
Yeah, yeah.
But this has been very good, and it's going to be, flip a coin.
Yeah.
Flip a coin,
Yeah.
because it's good.
Yeah. Kendall Scruggs, South Haven, Mississippi cowgirl, picks up the win last night, picks up $3,700 in the process. She had knocked over barrels in the first round, second round, so it's not about the average at this point. It's going out and getting another $3,700 that she can pick up. And, leaving here with $7,400 in your pocket, not a terrible deal.
No. It'll pay the gas money back to Mississippi anyway.
Yeah, for sure. And the other thing, Sam, you talk about the WCRA all the time. A week ago, she was in the Lazy E Arena with that Stampede at the E, and she picked up $10,750 in the barrel racing.
Yeah, she took advantage of the opportunity, folks.
Absolutely.
Just
Absolutely.
took advantage of it, and that's a wonderful thing. And that horse last night, you can tell he's about a half bronc. When he comes in there,
Yeah.
he's playing. Running flat out, getting down in the ground and going. But you can see he's got a little wild hair in him.
Yeah.
And if she can keep them all standing, she will be a contender. Well, what did she ran the fastest time, like a 16-1 last night.
16-1 is,
Yeah.
and just to give you a perspective, 16-4 was second.
Three, and that was the fastest time in the arena before that. So the ground was really good last night.
I asked you last night. The times were just generally quicker over the whole night from what we had seen the first two rounds.
And you see that at all these rodeos, as it goes on, they get faster. And I think they just figure little things out.
Okay.
100ths,
Yeah.
500ths of a second better. And it just clicks, and maybe their horse is just feeling better, and away they go. But, to be 3/10 faster than the field's fastest time, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
You can tell that horse. He's got a little bronc in him. He wants to go.
And you commented she made up all that time on that first barrel's what that looked like to you.
That first barrel, I don't know if I'm sure you've seen some as good, but I don't know if there's been any better.
Yeah. Second place is going to be Mary Brooks, Proctor, Arkansas. And she runs a 16.425. We've already talked about that. Second place picks up $2,700, her first check of the week. But she's been running super consistent. But here's another one that I'm just going to point to. In the first round, she ran a 16.7. Second round, she ran a 16.7. And last night, she ran a 16.4, Sam.
Yeah, that's 3/10 faster. And what's the reason? You think 3/10. Wow, that's not much time. That's an eternity in a barrel race. So we'll see what she does today, and maybe she can. If she picks up another couple tenths, she's going to be right in the hunt for the average.
And in third place in the barrel racing with 16.455 is Emily Stiles. Of course, Emily was on a show the other day. What a great young lady, ton of horse ability, and she put it on them. She ran a 16.455. The round before, she ran a 16.4. The round before, she ran a 16.3, but knocked over a barrel. And she's picked up $5,500 even with that.
And she is going to be a force in the average.
Yeah. With the barrel knocked over, she's going to be a force.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize she did. Never mind. Take that back. You will not win the average with the barrel knocked over.
No. We'll be talking about the average here in just a little bit because she's got a cumulative about 54 points or 54 seconds. Stephanie Joyner, Henrietta, Oklahoma cowgirl, comes in fourth place. Picks up $926. First in the cowgirl barrel racing aggregate is Wendy Chestnut, Pulteney, Vermont cowgirl. And Sam, you picked her from the very start.
Yeah, she's always got a horse that's solid, and it doesn't make many mistakes. And I'm going to continue to pick her for number 1 the average. It's very tight, very close. Of course, it's been that way all week, and Wendy, you didn't come in and see us, so but I'm still going to pick you. I'm not going to hold that against you.
Second place in the average. Talk about tight. 0.013. So that's 1/100ths off the lead. Emily Stiles, the cowgirl we interviewed the other day, the rookie out of Plymouth, Indiana that rides Sophie. She's coming in second place. Third place is about 0.17, 0.2 of a second off. And Stephanie Joyner's in third place, about 0.2 of a second off. And finally, in fourth place, 0.2 off, as well as Mary Brooks, the Arkansas cowgirl, picked up a check last night. We've already talked about that. In the cowgirl breakaway roping, and this has been an interesting competition to watch, Sarah Toole picked up a check last night with a 2-1. So she picked up $3,700, giving her about $7,000 for the week so far. Second place, Addie Carter out of Oklahoma with a 2.3, places second with $2,700. And in third place, Hadass Mullet with a 2.4, picks up $1,852. And finally, Maylee Wade. She's been super consistent. 2.5 last night, fourth round position, $926. And in the cowgirl breakaway roping, in first place in the average, Sam, she split the first round. Kelsey Mabry, Piedmont, Alabama, is in first in the average. And in second place, 4.8 seconds behind, the only other cowgirl to catch.
Now, Doug, I don't know when they go in the standings, but I predict whoever goes second wins because they'll know what they have to beat. But,
okay.
Seeing I don't know that,
yeah,
I will go with Mallory.
You're going to go with Maylee Wade?
I'm sorry, Maylee Wade.
That's
yes.
who you're going to go with.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. And Sarah Toole is third in the average, and Hadass Mullet is fourth in the average. And that wraps up all of our events. We're getting ready to go see it this afternoon. About 2 hours, we've got to be there. And before we say goodbye, last night had an opportunity to talk with Danna Gann, 2023 International Professional Rodeo Association Secretary of the Year. So you're going to want to give a listen to this. So we're standing here at the Buckle Awards ceremony, and who walks up but the 2023 Rodeo Secretary of the Year of the International Professional Rodeo Association, Miss Danna Gann. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You have, I tell you what, I've been doing like a tenth of the work that you do, meaning you send me the day sheets and I put them in my system, and I don't know how you do it. I didn't sleep well last night, and I couldn't hardly think today.
Well, I'm wore out, especially when the dadgum earthquake comes and wakes you up at 5:27 in the morning. But that's just, I do it every year here to get through it.
You've had a busy 2 weekends. You were at Guthrie last weekend. Step us through it all. And you had the A-team down there.
Well, it's 2 weeks. It's not 2 weekends. I have been here. I have eaten powdered eggs for a little over 2 weeks here at this hotel. And it's been good, though. It has been good. When I have the A-team, it's better because there's more than just me. Here it's me. I'm going to say right now on this, I don't know what I would do without Casey Duggan here because he's been auditing sheets for me. So, yay, Casey Duggan. But anyway, he's helped me a lot, so I have had a little bit of help.
And what a difference that makes to have the right kind of help. And what's your impressions of this so far? Lots of money going out the door.
I was just in there figuring up with Mark Northall what Hudson Bolton's fixing to walk away with here. Right now, he is predicted if we ended it tonight, he would win a little over $80,000
For the year.
for the year.
What's he going to walk? So he'll walk away with 30? from the IFR?
Yes, because of the ground money and everything, and because they're not riding very many. But that's just right now, so a little over 80,000. So if you take tomorrow night what he does, he's gonna be a rich little toot when he leaves here.
And I want to say thank you for pointing us at Blayn Hughston. I tell you, we have followed him all week. Just had an interview with him.
Yeah, oh yeah. Blayn's one of my favorites, and you can already tell that, which Eli Hershberger that's with him is too. I am kind of proud of the fact that after all this time, so well deserving that Cow Camp won Outdoor Rodeo of the Year, and there that Hughston family is. And I've told you, I had Blayn on your radar ever since we've been talking about this.
Absolutely, and I tell you, I've got a lot of great comments about your rodeo episode. Rob's got a brand new podcast coming out
Called Rodeo Roots. To be honest with you right now, he had to go back to the arena to find his youngest coat, which he did not find. So he's not in the very best mood right this moment. But yes, he has a new podcast called Rodeo Roots, and it's about how we all got started and who influenced us and where we all came from in our rodeo world. So it's interesting to me, and I'm really proud of him.
I tell you, I listened to the first episode, and to me, it's a winner. I know he's working to get up on a number of different platforms, so I'm excited for that when it comes out. And we have a slogan here at Beyond the Chutes. It's called BTC, Riding for the Brand. Can you do it in your 2023 Rodeo Secretary of the Year, International Professional Rodeo Association voice?
Riding for the brand.
Well, it's BTC.
I'm sorry, BTC, Riding for the Brand.
All right, miss that again.
Well, Doug, it's going to be an exciting day. We got to keep moving here and looking forward to seeing who all wins the championships for the IPRA.
And we are headed back to the Lazy Arena. As Sam said, it's been great to interview so many of the rodeo athletes. Sam, it's been fun to see a lot of old friends. And you know what? I think I made a whole bunch of new ones, too.
Yeah, you meet a lot of different people in the world, but the rodeo people are the best, and it's just wonderful to be around them and see people you haven't seen in years.
And before we go, we had a great interview with Mike Fletcher that Sam and I did. Be on the lookout for that. It's going to be coming over the next few weeks. We hope that you enjoy our show. We want to spread the word about professional rodeo, about the family of rodeo, and that's the reason we started this podcast, BTC, to do exactly that. Word of mouth is always important. Share this episode with your friends and family. You can find BTC, Beyond the Chutes, on all the major podcasts. We invite you to check out our Beyond the Chutes Facebook page and our webpage, beyondthechutes.show. And big thank you to ParaSight Systems. Sam, they helped put BTC on the road. They put us in some great embroidered shirts and sweaters and jackets, and we thank them for our podcast. And ParaSight System is a push-button parasitic diagnostic system for your pasture animals, for your horses, and for your highly energized, need-em-to-go, top performance timed event horses, Sam.
Give yourself every opportunity to win you can.
Absolutely. Every opportunity to win. ParaSight Systems. You can order your test kits at poop2proof.com. Sam, you got to say it. It is our ritual.
Poop to proof.
No. Poop to proof.
Poop2proof.com.
There you go.
I shouldn't try to read that. Just say it.
Just say it, yeah. BTC, we've got a coupon for you. BTC023 for 50% off. This is Beyond the Chutes with
Sam Swearingen.
Until next time, this is Doug Simcox. Thank you for listening.